Hey everybody, Jason Anderson here. Welcome back to the next episode of the Grad Centric Podcast. Today we're going to answer a question that I hear quite often when I meet with clients or with families. And it's simply that when families realize how much college costs today, they say, how does the average American family pay for college? How do they actually do it? And luckily, we can point to some research. So Sallie Mae, you've maybe heard of Sallie Mae. They're a major student loan provider out there. They do annual research on this very question to try to answer, how does the average American family pay for college? So I want to go over a few statistics with you today that hopefully will give some knowledge and some enlightenment into this topic that, again, is a huge challenge for American families to pay for college when the price has escalated to the point that it has in modern day. So the first thing that I'll say is we can just look at that families fund college through a diverse range of different funding mechanisms. And so here we go. The first is student income and savings. This comes in at 8%. The next is student borrowing at 13%, which isn't surprising. The government and sometimes even schools offer loans for students to go to college. And sometimes it's a private provider like a Sallie Mae or another loan type company. And sometimes even local banks or regional banks offer these types of products. The next is scholarships and grants coming in at 25%. Then relatives at 1%. And parent borrowing at 8%. But the final piece is actually the largest piece of the pie, and it's parent income and savings at 44%. You know, and I've talked with many families through what it means to save for college and what that funding pie should look like. And sometimes it's easy to think of it in terms of a third, a third, a third. And so you've got a third coming from income or savings, a third coming from scholarships, maybe a third from debt. So sometimes it's easy to think of it in those terms, but actually this research is showing us parent income and savings at 44%. So many families may not want to hear that they're going to have to pay out that substantial amount in income or savings, because many families haven't saved for college, and so that may not be a realistic option. The total cost of the degree continues to climb, and one of the other pieces that I saw in this research that I thought was interesting is it goes on to say that 54% of families have a plan to pay for college. So a little over half, but that means a substantial portion of families don't have a plan at all to pay for college. And that is a concerning number, of course. It makes firms like my own, Gradmetrics, it makes them able to step into that space and help families prepare for college. But still, I'd like to see that number be higher, as I'm sure many of you all would as well. So that's the research I wanted to cover for today, and we'll see you on the next episode.